Hi, welcome back to class. Today we are going to talk about our fingering positions, the fingers to use, and generally we're going to look at the fingerboard. Now, before we go to the violin, I have 5 fingers. Each normal, natural human being has 5 fingers on your left and right hand. So, on my left hand, the 5 fingers, I'm going to number them. Number 1 is the index finger. Number 2 is the middle finger. Number 3 is the ring finger. And number 4 is the pinky finger. The thumb is not numbered because you don't place the thumb on the fingerboard. The thumb only helps to support the violin, holding the violin with the hand. So here we have our violin. On each string, we have 4 major finger positions. The 4 major finger positions are finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, and finger 4. So see that the space between the open string position and finger 1 is just enough space for another finger to stay. Same with this other space. The space between finger 1 and finger 2 is just enough space for another finger to stay. We can use 1 inch in between both of them. 1 inch is okay, although sometimes it depends on your violin, but as a general rule, just almost about 1 inch is okay. Then the space between finger 2 and 3 is locked up. The space between finger 3 and finger 4 is the same or a little bit closer, but open, almost like finger 1 and finger 2. These positions on the violin are thus. When you have the space like this, it is a tone. This is a full step. If this finger comes close to the open string like this, it is now a semitone away from the open string, and the semitone is seen as the shortest distance between 2 notes in music. So if I add another semitone, that becomes a tone. Another tone, a semitone, and a tone. So what that means is the finger positions on the violin. Finger 1 is naturally a tone away from the open string. Finger 2 is naturally a tone away from finger 1. Finger 3 is naturally a semitone away from finger 2. And then finger 4 is naturally a tone away from finger 3. And also note, finger 4 on the G string is the same with the open string of the D string. Finger 4 on the D string is the same as the open string on A string. Finger 4 on A string is the same as open E string, just like that. Now, we want to determine the notes of these finger positions, because we just have G, D, A, and E. Now, since we have just those 4 notes, where are the other notes? In music, we use the first 7 letters of the alphabet. So, we have G, the G string, we have D, we have A, and we have E. So, where is B? Where is C? Where is F to complete 7? So, all those other notes are inside here, and we get them by placing our fingers on each string. If this is G and we go in an alphabetical order, G, a tone will be a tone will be B, then a semitone will be C, then a tone will be D. So we have G on, I'm playing on the G string now. G, A, B, C, D. Now, this is not how the violin is placed when you play it. You don't place the violin like this. I'm just doing this so that you can see my fingering very well. I'll place it like this on the G string. This is the right position for pizzicato on the violin. So G, a tone will be A tone will be B, a semitone. Remember, in the violin, a semitone is denoted by placing the next note or the next finger close to the previous finger. For example, if I have this note and I want to play a semitone after it, that note, which is a semitone, will lock up, will be close to that note. So if this is B and I'm told to play a semitone higher than B, this is where that semitone will be. Let me place this finger so you can see the difference. Now if I'm to play a tone away from B, it's going to be like this. So there will be some space between them. In the end, your ear will be the judge. But sometimes as a beginner, you will not be able to rely on the ear very well. So you just follow that rule, an inch or just enough space for another finger to come in. So open string G, first finger A, second finger B, third finger close to the second finger C, and then the fourth finger will be a tone, which is D. Now I said that D, which is on the fourth finger, is the same with the open string on the D string. Let's see that. So the next thing we are going to do is the D string. We've learned the fingers and the notes on the G string, basic notes. Now the next one is the D string, alphabetically also. See this way. Open string D, first finger on D, which is E, second finger, which is a tone from E, will now be F sharp. I'll explain. Then the third finger, which is a semitone from F sharp, or from the second finger, will give us G. So we have a second G on this violin, in the violin. The first G is the open string G. The second G is the third finger on the D string. Is an octave higher than the previous G. Now, why F sharp? Why not F? And you need to know this as a rule. In musical letters, the natural letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, natural. We have B and C are semitone apart from each other. So you have a note B, you want to play C, C comes next after B, no note in between. Remember I said your tone space in the violin or on the violin is just enough space for another note to be placed, for another finger to be placed. But when you have a semitone, you tighten up the fingers. No finger will be able to come in between them. So there's no more space. B and C. C is the next note after B. No note in between it. It's a semitone. Then E and F are semitones. They are a semitone apart. From A to B, you have a tone in between. It means that another note can come in. From B to C is a semitone. It means that no note is in between. From C to D is a tone. There's a note that can come in. As we progress, you will get to understand what that note is. From D to E is a tone. There's another note that can come in between them. From E to F is a semitone. No notes can come in between them. From F to G is a tone. So there's a note in between them. Then from G to A again, recurring like that, is a tone. A note comes between them. So highlight B and C, then E and F. They are both semitones. B and C is a semitone, E and F is a semitone. The fingering of the violin is tone, tone, semitone, tone. Now, if we want to put the notes into this arrangement or into this formula, the open string is D. The first finger will be E, which is a tone from D. Remember? Then the second finger is supposed to be a tone from the first finger. But F is a semitone from E. So if the first finger is E, take note of this. If the first finger is E, there is F. F is supposed to be here, but we are considering a tone from E. So we have to increase F by another semitone. When you increase F by a semitone, you are adding a sharp. That's what the sharp does. It increases the pitch of a note by a semitone, while a flat decreases the pitch of a note by a semitone. So when you add sharp to F, you take it a tone away from E. So F sharp is a tone away from E, while F is a semitone from E. That's why the second finger gave us F sharp. The third finger now is G. I told you F and G, there's a note in between them. So in this context of sharp notes increasing, we have that F sharp, which is in between F and G. So after F sharp, there's no other note but G in the scale. The scale is a group of notes arranged in an ascending or descending order. Sometimes you notice, if you have been playing before, you notice that while playing a song on a particular string, you are touching another string unintentionally. So what you need to do to rectify that is to play or practice open string exercises. They will help you, build that memory, finger memory, muscle memory, to correct that mistake or that error of touching more than one string unintentionally. So next I'm going to play open string and first finger on G and D. So open G, first finger on G, that's A. Now, don't get confused. You can find the letter A in various positions on the violin, and same for all the alphabets. G, remember we got another G on the D string, which is different from the G open string. So the musical letters are recurring. They are recurring. So the A, you can get an A on the G string with your first finger. So I play G open now. A on G string, first finger. So you have G, then A. Then I go to D, E. So what I actually played there is open string on D and the first finger on D. I would like to play this with a metronome. I've set my metronome to 70 beats per minute. playing 4 beats per bow right now. So I go 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, D, E. So, okay, I'll play 2 clicks per bow now. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2. Next, I'm going to play 1 bow per click. 1, 2, 3, go. So I'm going to play all the fingers, or I'll use just my first 3 fingers on the G string and on the D string. So I will still use the metronome at 70 beats per minute, and I'm going to play 4 beats per bow. 4 beats per bow. Open. Descending. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. On G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I did there was I started with G, 0 position, or open string, and then I placed first finger on G to play A, then second finger on G to give me B, third finger on G to give me C, then the open D string that gave me D. The first finger on D string gave me E, the second finger on D string gave me F sharp, and then the third finger on the D string gave me G. So that is a full octave of the scale of G. So we have the scale of G is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G as an octave of G. And we call that scale the diatonic scale. So I'm going to do that again, and I'd like you to do it with me. If I play finger 3 down bow, if I want to play it again now in a descending order, I will go up. Then I will remove finger 3 so that finger 2 can be exposed, and that will give me the sound of finger 2. Then I will remove finger 2 and expose finger 1. Then I will remove finger 1 and expose the open string. Notice that as I was placing my fingers, I was not removing the previous fingers. So on this string, 0, 1, 2, 3. I advise you to do the same. Don't remove the fingers like 0, 1, then 2, then 3. Placing the fingers there will help you to, visually proportionalize, to help you to place a finger rightly. So you can easily measure that, okay, from this finger to this finger is a tone. But when you have just one finger there at this stage, as a beginner, you may have issues. So place the fingers or the previous fingers. Now, what matters is whatsoever the last finger is here, the finger that is closest to the bridge. That's what matters. So even if this finger is there or it is removed, it does not affect the sound. It's this last finger that affects the sound. The reason why you leave the other fingers is so that you can, have that gauge, something like that. The same thing for the G string, in fact, all the strings. So when I'm descending, G, F sharp, E, D, then I go to the G string and I place my fingers arranged again. So this is now C, B, A, G. So I go from the upper part, which is on D string, and take it like this: G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So that is it. So next we are going to play a simple song, Twinkle Little Star. Now Twinkle Little Star, we have pa 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 pa. So I have these notes. Play it on G major. So you have G, G, D, D, E, E, D. Simple, isn't it? So I'll play it. G, G, D, D, E, D. Now notice that the E I played is not E string. It is the E that is on D string. So I want to go ahead from that. G,